Jade, do you want an egg? Come here. Jade. Jade, do you want an egg? Jade. Jade. Egg? Jade. Egg? Egg? Come here. Come here, Jade. Come here, Jade. Come here. Up here. Up. Up. Come on. Come on, Jade. 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 Egg. Okay, hello everyone. A messy bun today, which I like better than other stuff. I just got back from the bank and it took them about 10 minutes or so to figure out how to close my account. I thought, well, you know, if it was telling the teller you can't close this account, I'm like, what? And I told her I've been working on transferring things away to the new bank, and that if I can't, you know, I don't have any automatic payments except for Hulu, and that's over now at the new bank, which is Coastal Community Bank, and I'm getting cash back for that. So yeah, are you setting new intentions? What are they? Are they for health? Are they for finances? Are they for both? That's what I'm going through this month. And when you start asking the questions like I have, why can I not find a bank that will not charge me fees? Now, I had something that was called, and I know I've talked about this before, and if you're not familiar with it, I'll explain. A safe debit account. Is that reversed? A safe debit account I discovered 2 years ago when I went to the bank and I said, look, I'm going through a very difficult time right now. I'm behind on bills and everything I make is going to the stuff that I'm behind on. Plus, you know, some of what I need to be current with right now, my lot rent, my car payment. And I can't keep track of certain things that are coming in now. One thing that would come in, I don't remember what it was. I was so busy working every day and so tired from, you know, walking at least 3,000 steps a day. I was not in shape from just basically not having any other type of physical activity, that I lost track, and the overdraft fees were just adding up, and I couldn't afford it. I believe some credit bureaus do look at your bank activity and see if you're having overdraft fees. And so I went in and I said, look, I appreciate the times that you've taken off my fees, but I cannot keep this. You know, there's got to be a way for me at my age now to either get some type of a waiver of my monthly fee or some type of I don't know what. I honestly don't know what to do. I said I either need to be unbanked and close my account, or I don't know what else to do. And she said, well, we do have an account called a safe debit account. I said, really? What is that? She said, well, do you write checks? I said, no. The past 2 years, it's been basically, I've probably written 2 checks. The only check that I really am writing to is the mobile home park manager they don't run credit cards, so that's it. She said, okay, well then I think the safe debit account would work for you. And I asked her, well, what is that? She said, you basically don't have any check writing capabilities, and there would not be anything that came through. We would not pay and then we wouldn't be charging you an overdraft fee. Now, this is the thing. I knew this. I had heard this probably a year or two prior, that having checks and being given check writing capabilities gives the bank the legal right to pay your check or whatever it is that's coming through and then charge you these overdraft fees. And to me, it's just not worth it, because if you accidentally go over once and they don't take it off, it used to be $5. Nowadays, it's probably $25 or $30, maybe more at some banks for an overdraft fee. And if you do that twice a year, that's what, $60, $75. I don't want to take that chance. I couldn't afford it. And I'm talking to you as someone who's been low income. I've never really divulged my finances and my income, but there's only been 2 years when I actually had an income of over $50,000 when I got my inheritance. Well, then I bought the house. That was a pretty good investment, the mobile home. But yeah, after I sold it, then I had about a $30,000 annual income. But I went on vacation, and then I put some money in a retirement account. I didn't really work that much because I was burnt out from this job. So, I experimented with trying different things and finding my voice on here, and starting a website and a newsletter, and, just trying different things, taking advantage of my free time. And that is what we should be doing. You have to try different things when you're looking to be self-employed. Now, one of these days, I think I probably will purchase a spa, but I'll be the owner. And by that, I mean I won't be the manager and I won't be performing services. But in the meantime, I once again have to start over and rebuild a savings account. There's no money to be made in savings accounts or CD accounts or T-bills, so a lot of us are turning to E-Trade and Fidelity, and there's a man I follow called Stock Up with Larry Jones. He's very good here on YouTube. And by watching him, I finally got it through my head. I wrapped my head around the idea that I needed to stop chasing stocks when they go up and then buy when they consistently are going down. Now, with the pandemic, I can't really fault myself too much, because when you're down to your last $2,000 and the market is still going down, I pulled it out and then I moved here. Nowadays, I believe you just have to pay more money for a decent neighborhood, and with that you have better management. When I have an emergency issue, someone is out here within 20 minutes, unless it's, see, what was it? I had a leak in the hallway, and because we no longer have 2 maintenance men, it actually took them a couple of days to get out here because our regular manager was out on maternity leave. She's very good. I sing her praises. And she took off my $50 charge for doing a split payment this month. And I also went online and I gave a good review. They asked if you give a good review, you can be entered for a contest. I think she basically just gave me that prize in the form of no late fee. So see, this is one way where you can get gifts and favors. Since I make affirmations, I'm receiving gifts and favors. Good things are coming to me. And as you give, right, give a good review, sing their praises, tell people about your place, you'll either get a referral fee or something else. If it's a good manager, this is a good manager. So, yeah, I once again am back to a low income, which is in this area, it's about $14,000 a year. Why is that? Well, I was only working 9 months out of the year as a substitute. Now, I did start doing DoorDash, and that helped me make some money through the summer. And then I had to get some help through the CARES Act, because losing my job and then only getting 1 month's worth of reemployment was just not enough. You know, you get set back 6 months or more based on how much money you were making. And so most of the years that I've had to be frugal because I've had a low income, my husband and I together had a low income because I really wasn't working all the time. We couldn't afford daycare. I had a dream one night that I had a pimp in the front seat of a car driving me around, right? And I felt like I was being prostituted. I was in the back seat and I had 50 cents. That's what I felt like at that time. I was working for 50 cents. You know the saying, work a day, make a dollar? No, it's 50 cents now. Our dollar was losing value, and my husband didn't believe in savings. So all of those things have formed me and shaped me into becoming a very careful, frugal shopper who, comparison shops and saves whenever I can. Working a little bit more at DoorDash part-time as a side hustle is better than me having to go and be on somebody else's schedule for a second job and having to deal with them telling me I need to go get a doctor's note when I am legitimately sick, and I couldn't afford to do that. So it is a struggle, but that is really what makes us stronger and wiser. It's true. It's not easy. It's painful. Just the other day I was very angry with someone who's frugal, and when I went back to watch her, I found out that she did disclose what her end game was, and that was lots and lots of money invested. Has eventually made her a millionaire by the age of 38, I believe. Now, she did have a couple of windfalls like me, and she continued to work after she put those money into an investment account. But as I'm sitting here going, I'm hearing about virtual banks. I know they've had some wrinkles they've had to iron out, and some of them have. And so I continue searching, like I always am, really. I'm always having to spend my spare time looking and thinking about ways to make a business or save a little bit on how and where I shop. I came across cheese. Now that's what they call it. I need to get my wallet. But now it took over a month for me to get my card. And they don't have a 1-800 number. They might now, but at that time you had to email them. And I thought, I'm just going to wait. Everything is slower. So I finally got the card, but it was white. I thought it was supposed to be yellow. So then several weeks later, I got a notice that the yellow card is back. If I want to switch and order a new card, I said, no, I don't want to start over because I've already decided to switch some things over. My, Hulu's coming through there and I'm getting 5% cash back. I got $10 for signing up. And then when I shop at Target or Walmart, I'm getting cash back. Every little bit has been adding up over this past month and a half to the point where I've earned $11.74 just by doing my normal shopping and paying off my bills. So nothing has now been left over at U.S. Bank, which was charging me $4.95 for the safe debit account. Cheese is also a safe debit account. There are no checks, and so there's no way to write a check, and there's no chance of an overdraft fee. Now, every bank has its positives, and I guess you would say it's negatives, right? Now, if you do get a check from someone, you can take a picture of it, and there's instructions somewhere in the cheese account in your information. You have to download the app, or they send it to you. Yeah, and you verify it, and then you get that. That explains how you would photograph a check. There are no ATMs and there are no brick and mortars, but they excel in everything else that they do. You can email them if you have a question. I believe you can also chat with someone. And they were originally created for Asian communities and Asian restaurants, but they've expanded to let other people also sign up for this account. And I've always known Asians. My Asian friends were extremely disciplined and very, very frugal and very, attentive with their money. So, yes, I've earned $25 altogether in a month and a half of now being with this financial institution. I got $5 for making a deposit into the account, not just for signing up. And there are no bank fees that I can see at all. Not, there's not a $1 or $2, $3 fee, nothing like that. So, that is what a safe debit account is. If something was to come through and you didn't have the funds, it would go back. Now, that business might charge you a fee for having it returned to them. And that did happen to me at first when I got my safe debit account. But when I called Verizon and said, look, I just changed my account at US Bank to a safe debit account, and I'm sorry, I've overlooked it, I'm getting accustomed. I've been with Verizon for so many years that they took it off. Now, the interesting thing is that I began to watch my account more carefully. I don't keep a bank register, but I do go on the app. I do go into my account on my phone every day to make sure I can see what's come in, what's pending, how much I have available to spend. And it was just a matter of a month that I was able to really get a handle on what was coming in, because if it went back, then I would have a fee. So I actually started paying a lot more attention. That's important. Now, when I did the math, $4.95 a month, of course, you think, my generation, I've just been doing it since I was 18. That's what we do. We go to the bank, we open an account, we pay a fee. There are options now. And when you multiply just that bank fee, no overdraft fees, times 12, you get $59.40 for the year. And with me being a low income, do I really want to just give the bank money that I don't need to? I don't have $50,000 there sitting in a T-bill or a retirement account at the bank where there are no fees for me because of my age. There will be fees if you go in to try to get a list of, recent contributions or taking contributions out. There just are, because that's a big part of how they make money. But generally, they take those accounts that they have in the bank, that you've put in the bank, to go out and buy properties. Your money is used as collateral. So, I just figured I have options, and I'm not going to give them $59.40 in 2022. So that is now closed. I got a little bit of cash back, and I'm going to put that in an envelope for if I need to order Instacart, and I just want to give them a cash tip, But that is what I have been doing this past month and a half. And as far as switching over my Social Security payments, it was very easy. All I had to do was go onto the Social Security website, enter the routing number, the accounting number, and my funds started being deposited into that bank. This is the second month now that my Social Security deposit has gone directly into this Coastal Community Bank. It's called Cheese. I'm going to leave the link below if you'd like to try it. You can move things slowly like I have, and see, how much you're getting for a reward. Sometimes I get 20 cents, 40 cents, but After a month and a half, it's now $11.75 that I've earned. So it adds up. My Verizon bill, I'm also getting cash back. Plus, they offer phone insurance for your Verizon phone with paying your Verizon bill through this account. And I was paying for insurance for my phone last year, and I went in and I canceled it. And I found out there was a basic insurance plan I could have purchased for a lot less, but really all I needed was to make sure that my phone was in the proper phone case for my phone where I could touch the buttons and never have to take the case off, so that if I drop it, I'm not going to crack the screen. So having money and just, buying things without really looking at what your options are is not really going to help you. Have an extra $10 to $15 to go into an investment account. And I have switched from E-Trade to Fidelity. And by listening to this Larry Jones, Stock Up with Larry Jones, being able to purchase partial shares is what I have started doing. And then I think when I save several $1,000s, I will move it over to this fiduciary account where my account will be personally managed or looked at on a regular basis. And I'll receive emails once a week as to, how they're managing it. And I'll earn about 12% annually. And I mean, if anyone's had a 401k, you get about 12% annually. It's like a mutual fund. You could end up getting more. And there's other techniques for investing. I don't know that I should really get into that. But I have learned that when it goes down, you're buying at a discount so that when it goes up, you are actually then making more money. I was getting dividends a year and a half ago from the company I put money in. And that felt really good because it was anywhere from $30 to $45 a month that I was getting. And that paid for my internet. And then coupling that, adding that together with the money I was making on my non-retirement account, I took some of that off and used that to purchase most of my dining room set, which I made sure this time was well made, and that was over $350. And most of that was used with the money I had made in the stock market. And I mean, I had somebody say to me one day, "You like gambling?" I said, "I'm not gambling." But I spent time studying. I'm self-taught and following people and then signing up for a newsletter and following this one particular woman. So I have been careful, and there's a lot of people that have lost a lot more money than me. But, I guess it's relative. How much can you really afford to lose? A mutual fund, an ETF would be a safe way to go, and you can buy partial shares with Fidelity. So, once again, I'm starting over, and the third time I'm anticipating will be the charm, and I will be doing much better and using DoorDash exclusively, I think, for the amount of money that I want to put in every month, so that within 4 months I'll have over $1,000 at least, maybe more. So I can update you in a few months. I do have a 4-month plan of the things that I want to do and how I'm going to apply myself And it does take quite a lot of attention, and having a planner that separates, you can even separate your financial goals from your health goals, and not lump everything all together, so that you get a really good view of all these different parts of our life that we have to keep track of. And my magical life has always been to help me either maintain my health or my finances, or improve my health and my finances in some way. And sometimes that has to do with working magic for justice, to get rid of a bad neighbor, or get rid of someone who gives someone an infraction who deserves an infraction, or encourage someone to be moved to another department, or have the truth revealed about how they are treating others at work. So yeah, I mean, that's a part of it too. But getting a handle on your finances when you're low income, so you can try to invest a little bit in a safe place, right, is the only way that we can hedge ourselves against inflation and end up in even worse circumstances. So we have to take advantage of whatever little things that come our way, gifts and favors, a little assistance for, I mean, you can still have a couple $1,000s in a savings account when you're on EBT, guys. If you didn't know that, you can call and find out. All right, so that is my video for today. Gonna take a little rest. I did Pilates, and this is now my 4th day exercising in a row. And I'm gonna make a little lunch and watch a movie, and blessings. I'll talk to you soon.